Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. This video was made for entertainment purposes and is transformative in nature. That's right. This was made for entertainment purposes and is transformative in nature. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one. Hope all is well. A lot of people are freaking out about this alien disclosure. People are just saying anything online, and I'm in the comment section saying any old thing as well, just trolling. I'm going to let you hear this one video. This lady said that she remote viewed from the Intergalactic Federation, and they told her some things. I said, oh my God. I said, ma'am, I'm from the Intergalactic Federation. I've been talking about the Intergalactic Federation before people on the internet was talking about it. I honestly think that came from me, yo. Or maybe it was a book I read that other people read. But I've been talking about there's an intergalactic federation. But people are starting to talk about the intergalactic federation. Listen, how did I come up with this intergalactic federation? It's probably for some of the Star Wars and Superman movies that I have watched in the past. And I formed my own thoughts saying that there has to be an intergalactic federation that's governing this universe. Because we're not the only people in this universe. That's just common sense. So I call it the Intergalactic Federation. But I think I may have gotten it from Superman movies when I was in the past watching when I was little, or Star Wars. But that's what I came up with. But this lady is saying that she remote viewed from the Intergalactic Federation. I don't even know if remote viewing is possible. I know people say that they're remote viewers, and people say anything to get clicks. That's fancy. Oh, I remote viewed. What the hell is remote viewing? Like you can just close your eyes and go anywhere in the world? Anybody could do that. You could picture a beach in Malibu Beach, right? Especially if you've been there before. And you could just kind of like feel like you're there. Is that remote viewing? I don't know. But forgive me if I don't know that much about remote viewing. So don't, people watching the rebroadcast, don't get too upset with me. But because I know people have their views, you know what I mean? I know it seemed like I'm trying to knock people for their views here, but I'm not. But the fact of the matter is aliens is probably not what we think they are. Okay. I believe that they're human, just like we are. But they're far more advanced than we are, though. They probably have been around for millions of years before our form of our living shells, our entities, the way they look now before we even existed. And if that's the case, they're far more advanced than we are, and a lot of people are freaking out right now because this is going to start challenging their beliefs. Their whole belief system may have been a lie. And that's why they're freaking out right now, because they're not the most powerful people on this planet. There's somebody else more powerful than them. I already knew this. Even when I was little, I used to question when I used to go to church. First of all, I used to get a terrible headache when I used to have to go to church. I remember this. I did not want to go to church because I felt like they were lying to us. This is when I was a little kid. I probably couldn't articulate what I felt, but I just felt like they were lying. And I remember refusing to go to church ever again. I didn't want to go because I feel like they're lying to us and they're being force fed information to give to us, because I couldn't understand why this guy is driving a big fat Cadillac in the middle of the hood and everybody's struggling. And he didn't even say thank you when they bought it for him. You know what I'm saying? So that's not what I'm talking about here. But what I'm talking about is for the people of the clergy and people that Christians that have deep beliefs and stuff like that, they're freaking out right now. Now they're saying that there's going to be some type of Project Blue Beam and some fake alien invasion. Listen, aliens are not fake. If you want to call them fake, whatever the case is, if you want to, I don't even think they're aliens. Because if they're aliens, we're aliens. Okay? If they're aliens, we're aliens too. So I don't know if that's the correct word to call them aliens. But if you're looking at this render here that I did a render. Now, shout out to AI because it's allowing my thoughts to be materialized here into picture form. So here's a mothership overlooking the Earth, as we call Earth, right? This is the mothership right here, and they're out there, they're looking at Earth through the window. Could this be what they look like? We don't know. Because they have, or are they walking amongst us? Because I heard they're walking amongst us. So if they're walking amongst us, they're human. They're just more advanced than we are. I mean, or there could be also other entities in the universe that don't look human, but they're still intelligent beings. Let's just say that. That could be the case as well. They said the Galactic Federation is made up of all beings. I don't know that to be true, but I've heard it. I have not seen it with my own two eyes, but I've heard it. But there is something out there as far as like in human form that is more intelligent than us. It has to be. It has to be. Because this Earth is too perfect for us to survive in. Everything is too perfect. If the Earth spins a little faster, we're dead. If the Earth travels a little faster, we're dead. Some people don't believe that gravity actually exists. But we know that we're breathing something, which is air. We don't see it, but it exists. We can feel it, especially if we start waving our hands. We can start feeling what the air is. We can feel it. Some people don't even call it air. Some people call it plasma. I've heard it all. I've heard that we're in a dome, everything, but we don't know for sure. We don't really know because they're keeping the information from us. And here's the thing. They may not be keeping information from us anymore, but the information is so far out there, we think it's fake. But you're going to have to rely on your own senses, your own innate abilities that was given to you at birth to figure this out. But on this presentation, I want to talk about a few things that, like I said, a lot of people, as a matter of fact, let me show you something real quick. Let me show you something. Because people are just saying any old thing now. I was in the comments trolling. I said, I'm from the Intergalactic Federation. I'm from there. Honestly, I don't even feel like I'm from this planet sometimes, to be honest with you. I feel like I'm here just observing Earth, man. And I don't feel like I'm a part of it. I always had that feeling like I don't fit in. And I'm not the only one. A lot of people, they call themselves chosen ones. I don't call myself that. Like, some people feel like they don't fit in this Earth. They don't. They feel like they're here, they're observing, they don't fit in. But I don't feel like, let me just say, because I have to watch what I say. I don't feel like I'm not a part of this Earth because I don't want to feel like I'm above everybody else. But I don't fit in a lot of places. And I'm not the only one. You feel like, some people feel like that too. I don't feel in. I mean, I guess that's just a normal human thing to say. I guess it's a normal human thing to say. That's what I would say. It's nothing deep or whatever like that. It's just some people feel like they don't fit in certain things. But when you do find like-minded individuals, then, you come together. But I'm not saying that we have to always come together on everything. That's not what I'm saying either. I don't know how to explain it. But I kind of see patterns and I see things that's what's going on in the world. And I've seen things play out before in my short time on this particular Earth. in this particular body human experience I'm in. I think differently. I truly do believe that there is reincarnation several times. That's just what I believe. I can't prove it, but I believe it. And we're having another human experience, and I'm not sure if we can escape this spaceship called Earth, because I call it a spaceship. And I've always called it a spaceship. Why do I call it a spaceship? Because Earth is traveling and we're on it. We just don't feel it, but Earth is traveling at a high rate of speed through the universe. In fact, they say that this particular solar system we're in is going to collide with another one. I think it's called Andromeda. It's going to collide at some point, and not in our lifetime, but or maybe in another human experience, we might experience it. But these are the beliefs that I have, you know what I mean? And I can't prove it because, like people say, all right, well, prove it, show me. Well, the truth is right in front of our face. I know it is, but it's so unbelievable we don't believe it. But life exists. The things are so perfect for life to exist. That means something has to be governing this thing. I'm sorry. But if you ever think about this for a second before I get into this, I'm going to let you hear some stuff. You ever thought about this? Earth is really traveling. You ever just take time to, when you drive it in your car, you ever just take time to, they call it a form of meditation, when you just start just observing things in around you. You're very cognizant of everything going on around you. Like the sounds that you hear outside, the way the squirrel cross your car when you're in the street and you have to slow down. You ever slow down when the squirrel is right in front of your car and you talk to it, will you please get out the way? You ever do that? You ever just so mindful of that? Some people just keep going and not even notice the squirrel. You ever just notice it? Like they mess with you. They make you slow down. Sometimes I roll down my window and be like, man, will you get out of the way? Like, or are you suicidal? Like if you just observe your surroundings, the trees and the way the trees smell, the way the birds are chirping, it's like a form of meditation. But do you ever think to realize that this Earth is traveling at a high rate of speed through the universe? It's traveling, it's a spaceship. And on top of it, it's like a functioning, it's like when some people say that there's like what they call it, when some people say that there is a glass dome, I cannot say that you're lying, because there's different levels. If you can see this picture right now, like if you look at just the edge, there's something that's protecting us from the elements of the universe. So if you want to call it a glass dome, you could call it a glass dome. But something definitely is protecting us. While this Earth is going at a high rate of speed. It's crazy. I just be observing that sometimes. Things are just too perfect for life to exist. But I'm glad it is operating like that for life to exist. But let me let you hear this. Like just let you know, I'm not knocking this woman's beliefs, but a lot of people are seeming to be freaking out right now. Like, oh my God, they're going to have, they're going to plan an event for, it's like a Project Blue Beam. They're going to be putting thoughts in our minds and stuff like that. And it's like they're trying to get us to be afraid of something. My thing is, you ain't got to be afraid of anything. There's so many things that's happened in our lifetime. Just chill. Just roll with the punches at this point. Roll with the punches. And if you have to get sent up, if you get beamed up, you know how like beam me up, Scotty? If you get beamed up, you get beamed up. I believe we've been beamed up many times before. That's what I'm going to start saying now instead of saying unaliving. You got beamed up. You know what I'm saying? What's his name got beamed up? Some people get beamed up prematurely, and some people don't live out their full lifetimes. But I honestly believe we do have free reign. We do have free, free will in this spaceship here. But there's people that's governing this spaceship that's determined for us not to have free will. That's the interesting part. That's something I haven't figured out. You know what I haven't figured out? If somebody is governing this planet, right? Why are they letting certain things happen? There's certain things. Why are certain people feel like they have dominion over this earth, other than regular human beings? And why are the people governing, allowing it? That's something I haven't, maybe the next time I get beamed up, I'm going to ask that question. Or probably I'm already going to know the question once I get beamed up. But everybody have their own thoughts and opinions on this whole alien disclosure. It's really freaking people out, guys. I didn't think this was going to freak people out. I said, we don't been through everything. Why are people getting freaked out about this? You know what I'm saying? We don't survive the vid. We don't survive 9/11. We don't survive World War I and World War II. I'm talking about humans. Vietnam, Iraq, Kosovo. You just name it. We survived one nuclear attack. Well, two. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We don't survive a lot of things, so why are people freaking out about this? I would think there's nothing new under the sun at this point. But the only thing I can think of is this is challenging people's beliefs, because certain people that's in control of humans, they want us to believe a certain thing. And now that's going to start to be challenged because they don't have no control. Somebody don't showed up. That's the only thing I can say. Somebody showed up. Whoever these people are, they showed up. And the powers that be that's been running, having dominion over this planet, they in trouble. That's the only thing I can think of. That whoever left us here, they showed back up. And it's very apparent because I could feel it. Somebody showed up and they ain't got nothing to do with us. That's why I'm saying the average person shouldn't even be worried here. Because why are they sitting here saying you must start reading your Bible more, read it more? Why? Why are you telling us to stay in that? Because last time I checked, as far as my lineage, we were first introduced to the Bible during slavery. That's the first time we were introduced to that word, was during slavery. So something ain't right here. Something's not right. Something's not right. Something's not right. Why do we got to keep believing the word? Don't worry. Something you about to see something, but don't believe that. Don't believe that. Why? I feel like somebody showed up and they know that. And yeah, this is crazy. I can't believe I'm actually living in this particular time where this is happening. But anyway, people are freaking out about it. Why are you freaking out? Why are you freaking out? But anyway, let me find this, what she's saying here. Window capture. She freaking out, dog. Or maybe she's not.
I just got off with the Galactic Federation. Every single month, on the 11th of every month, I remote view the Galactic Federation mothership live, and this was completely next level. So they went into a lot of things. It was about an hour and a half recording. And one of the things that they were talking about is that the group called the Collective, otherwise known as the White Hats, are essentially messaging encrypted messages to all of the Illuminati members or the shadow government members. Okay, we're talking celebrities, musicians, politicians, government officials, military, you name it. if they're involved in the shadow government, they are getting a message right now that they will be exposed. You would think that with the Epstein files, that's already a threat in and of itself, but they're taking it to the next level. Now, I don't know if it's they're getting exposed for being a part of the shadow government and the Illuminati. I don't know if it's they're going to get exposed in being a reptilian shapeshifter. I don't know if they're going to be exposed in maybe some of the blackmail tapes, like say the Epstein or the Diddy tapes, or other tapes that were created that were not a part of Epstein and Diddy. But essentially, right, we are in the midst of seeing celebrities, musicians, canceling their world tours right now. We're seeing massive, huge CEOs stepping down off of their positions because of these threats that are coming from the white hats. Now, on top of that, the shadow government, in order to combat this situation, they are pushing back and reaching out to their members and saying, we will give you more fame. We're going to give you more money. We are going to give you more power, more control. Whatever they promised initially, they are doubling down their promise. And it is an insane battle that is happening right now. There was another thing about the reptilians and the clones, and I'll just mention one more thing, but please go check out the entire thing. It's season 2026, episode 3, okay, of the Galactic Federation summits and essentially season of Planet Earth. And so they were saying that they are replacing all of these influential figures with clones, because these influential figures were actually shape-shifting reptilians. And because the frequency is getting to a point where it's so high, the reptilian shape-shifting technology can't exist in that higher frequency. So in order to avoid the reptilians getting exposed for being reptilians, they would rather replace them with clones because the technology can exist in the higher frequency. So crazy. But I just got off with the Galactic Federation.
You see what I mean? I don't know what she talking about. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I don't know what she talking about, man. I don't know what she talking about. Let me just say this. The reason why I say that, because if these people are so advanced than we are, they don't have to warn nobody. They just do it. If they're in control, they can do whatever they want. They don't have to warn nobody. But my number one question is, I felt like, you know what I feel like? I feel like humans were placed here, right? And they left. I feel like they were placed here and they left and went somewhere else. And now they're back. That's what I feel like. So we all got different perspectives. She could be right. She could really be remote viewing, and she could be right, but I don't know. It just sounds kind of far out there, man. And they call them the white hats and this and that. Listen, that's what we call them. They might not even be called that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I question everything, but these alien disclosures are really freaking people out, dog. Really, 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 really freaking people out. Let me see what I have written. Let me see what I have prepared today. Do I have anything prepared? Let's see. Oh, I want to talk about what's up, everybody. But anyway, this is not a recording, guys. I know people think like, damn, you ain't interacting with us. No, I just want to, when I'm doing these live chats, I really have to present what I got to present and then talk. But this is live, the show. Okay, so what if I told you the United States government has just released another major batch of UFO files? We're probably going to get into some of those batches to see what else they have, because they're slowly releasing them. The officials are now openly discussing what they call unidentified anomalous phenomena, also known as UAPs. So it's UAPs are called unidentified anomalous phenomena. UAP. I like that. Unidentified anomalous phenomena. For decades, UFO discussions are treated like conspiracy theories. So let me stop right there. For decades, they were treated like conspiracy theories, like we're crazy. But I knew we weren't crazy because so many people are saying them. Remember what they say. Everybody can't be lying. If a lot of people are saying they're seeing certain things, it has to be true because everybody is not crazy. Now, some stories are made up, but everybody cannot be lying. Everybody cannot. So yes, for decades, UFO discussions are treated like conspiracy theories. But now the Pentagon, Congress, intelligence officials, NASA, and even military whistleblowers are all part of the growing national conversation about unexplained objects being seen in American airspace and around military installations. Today, I want to break down the latest UFO disclosures, what was actually released, why it matters, and whether the government is truly moving towards transparency or simply controlling the narrative. So let me stop. So when Trump say that he releasing this stuff out of transparency, is he saying the government really being transparent? Or are they simply controlling the narrative? That's my question to you right now. Do you think they're really being transparent with you? Or are they simply controlling the narrative? Or, you know what I think? We're about to see something. Something we're getting ready to see. But they just, or is that the case? Actually, I'm thinking about that. No, that's not the case because people have been seeing things. I've seen things too, but I didn't realize what I was seeing. Okay. Those weather balloons, I saw it. I saw one of the balloons, especially that balloon that was over North Carolina. There was a weather balloon. You know what they're saying? They're saying those weather balloons are unexplained anonymous phenomena. That's what they're saying. Now they're saying it. But the weather balloon, that one that was over North Carolina, I saw it because I was on the North Carolina-Virginia border and I actually saw it. And when I looked up at it, the thing was glowing. It wasn't no normal balloon, It wasn't no normal weather balloon. But it was so far up that you couldn't shoot it. That's how far up it was. An actual gun could not shoot it down. Because they tried. When it was over North Carolina, people were trying to shoot it down and it could not be shot down. But it was so bright. It was like a bright white. It had letters on it that I couldn't read. But I knew, I'm like, I don't know if humans made that. Or maybe it came from China. But China blamed us for it. Because there was some in China as well. They said, we're trying to spy on them. No. It's unidentified aerial phenomenon. Anomalous phenomenon. Because that's what it has in the disclosures right now. They didn't make that. That they couldn't explain. They actually did shoot one down, actually. One did come down. And I remember they rushed to go get it and they took it off somewhere. But they saying that humans didn't make it. And they can't, I believe that because I saw it. I said, this thing looks strange. And I also saw those drones flying around. I saw one because one freaked me out one night. I was in Virginia. I was in Richmond. I was outside of Richmond. This was like 3 o'clock in the morning because I was out. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And it freaked me out so bad that I rushed home because it was following me. And it messed up my infotainment system because a lot of people were complaining that their infotainment system in the car was messed up. And so that messed up. So I took it to the dealership. They said, we can't explain it, but all our cars are messed up right now. Something was hovering over and messed up the signal. And the thing, so only reason why I say it wasn't a normal drone, I was at the light. The drone was already hovering over, but it was at a high. It was really high. It was higher than it was high. The only thing I can explain, it was higher than a normal helicopter altitude. It was higher than a helicopter's altitude, but it was lower than a plane's altitude, if I can explain that right. It was low enough for me to hear it. So it was hovering. So when I got at the light, I'm almost on top of it. I mean, under it. And when I looked up at it, I said, what the hell? As soon as I said it, it started blinking at me. And I said, stop blinking. It stopped blinking. And I said, let me see if this thing is hearing me. I said, blink again. It started blinking. I said, blink again. It's now I got freaked out. I said, this shit, it can hear me. So then I started driving. The light turned green. I started driving. So then it's follow me. It no matter how fast I go, the damn thing is still hovering over me. So then what I did was I made a U-turn in the middle of the street. I said, if a cop stopped me, fuck it. I'll just let them know why it stopped me. So I made a U-turn in the middle of the street, and then I'm getting away from it. It's like in back of me at this point, way in back of me. And then next thing you know, I think I'm okay again. Now it's on top of me again. I said, the shit is following me. It's following me. So when I get close to my house, I look up, gone, disappeared, yo. It just like that, disappeared. I said, that's not human technology. It can't be. For it to disappear like that. So a lot of people around town where I was living, they experienced the same thing that night. They said it was something following them and then it stopped. So I said, that cannot be humans. People were blaming it on Iran. They were blaming on China. They said China. It ain't had nothing to do with China, yo. But a lot of these things were seen over military installations. And so that's my first experience with it. And then one night, I'm in South Jersey. I see I'm like, oh man, that's a bright star. I said, maybe it's maybe not a star. It's too bright. Maybe it's a satellite. And then the damn thing cut off. It's like the lights cut off. I said, oh shit. I said, nah, that's an orb. That's not a star, it's an orb. And guess what happened? It blinked again and it came back on. It could tell that I was observing it. It's crazy, bro. That's the only thing I could say. It's crazy. So I never had any experience with UFOs or anything, but I never thought people were crazy. But here's my thing about it. And then I wasn't nervous no more about it because it's not harming us. Whatever it is, it's not harming us. But it's definitely listening to us. It definitely is. But that was my whole thing on that. So officials say the purpose of the release is transparency, right? The defense with Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth, stated that Americans deserve access to information that has remained classified for years. The files reportedly include reports of military pilots, strange orb sightings, objects detected near military training zones, historical Apollo mission references, cases involving unexplained lights and aerial movements. However, despite all the attention, officials continue to say there is still no confirmed evidence proving extraterrestrial life. Wait a minute. Wait. It says, despite all of the attention, officials continue to say there is still no confirmed evidence of proving extraterrestrial life. That distinction is important. The government is acknowledging unexplained objects, but not aliens. What is a UAP then? For years, the term UFO carried stigma, was in our lexicon. Now, the government uses the term UAP in our lexicon. It stands for, like I said before, unidentified anomalous phenomena. The Pentagon says UAPs can include airborne objects, underwater anomalies, objects moving between air and water, phenomena that cannot immediately be identified. Officials argued the new terminology helps remove scientific fiction stigma and allows military personnel to report incidents without ridicule. Stop. Did they talk to aliens or not? They're still not being transparent. Because our common sense will tell us that something is controlling these damn things. Maybe they're still not being transparent. I don't know. Maybe they don't know, guys. Maybe these, because I heard that the aliens really don't even talk to humans like that. They don't have to. If they're really that advanced, they don't have to talk to us. Or maybe they are. I don't know. I'm more confused than ever before, to be honest with you. So the modern UFO disclosure movement really accelerated after several major events. First, the Pentagon confirmed that leaked Navy UFO videos were authentic years ago, with which they, at the time, I remember when they leaked them, they saying that no, it's conspiracy. Those videos show military pilots tracking strange objects, performing movements that appeared difficult to explain publicly. Then came congressional hearings. Military witnesses and former intelligence officials testified before Congress, claiming that the government may possess hidden information related to UAP programs. One of the biggest names connected to the movement was former intelligence officer David Grusch, who alleged that secret crash retrieval programs existed following non-human technology. These claims generated worldwide headlines, but critics pointed out that no public verified evidence has yet confirmed these allegations. I don't know, man. I don't know if they're being transparent here, man. I don't know. Do it sound like they're being transparent or not? Because I'm more confused than I am. I mean, what is that telling me? Do they exist or not, Steve? Yeah, I wonder if these files are going to get crazier because to be fair, they haven't released everything yet. They say they are. They doing it in groups and waves. They haven't released everything yet, so let's just wait because they still releasing them. And at some point during this, I will go and see what they released today if they have. But they have to be releasing something else because right now I'm just still confused. You're pretty much releasing everything that we already have seen already, like those strange orbs, the lights. We've seen those already. The disc. There's one thing that they released. It looked like something off Superman. The little weird triangular shaped thing with the points. That's the same thing that was in Superman. So now I feel like, are you playing in our face now? Or are you really telling us that you were really telling us the truth in the movies? So I don't know. The Pentagon now has a dedicated office investigating. Wait a minute. What you mean they now have a dedicated office investigating these incidents called All-domain Anomaly Resolution Office, known as AARO? I like that. It's called the All-domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO. So you mean you didn't have this office before? Their job, guys, is to collect reports, investigate unexplained sightings, determine whether incidents pose national security risks, analyze whether foreign technology could be involved. Okay, let me stop there. Either they're playing in our face, or whoever dropped us off here have showed up again. You mean to tell me this is your first time that you're now analyzing these situations? Or have you been analyzing them before? They've been analyzing them before. They had to have been. Either that or the people don't show. Either that or some new people showed up. Either that or they could say no, Max, they created a new office. Okay. But have you guys been monitoring this stuff before? Because things have been seen dating back since the 1940s. And obviously you guys have data from the 1940s. So that means this is not your first time. Okay, I just answered my own question because they have data from the 1940s. Some lawmakers accuse AARO of withholding information or downplaying certain cases. That's what I think. But I don't know. I don't know what to think. Meanwhile, AARO leadership has reportedly stated that they found no verified evidence of alien technology or extraterrestrial life. They playing in our face. You know why I know they playing in our face? Because if you're showing us videos of orbs, okay, who made the orbs then? Who made them? If humans didn't make them, that's evidence right there of alien technology, right there. Or what they trying to say is they don't know if it's naturally made or made by somebody else. Maybe that's what they're trying to say, but no, they play in our face, I think. So now that there are two competing narratives, one side believes disclosure is finally happening, and the other believes the government is still hiding critical information. I think I'm leaning more towards the latter. Congress is pushing for transparency. How come they didn't push for it before? The big question, aliens or advanced technology? This is where the conversation becomes complicated. Experts say there are several possible explanations for UAP sightings. Foreign surveillance technology, that could be it. Advanced drones, sensor malfunctions, atmospheric effects, misidentified military programs, natural phenomena. Others believe some incidents remain genuinely unexplained. But even scientists urging transparency say there is still no definitive public evidence proving extraterrestrial visitors are on Earth. Yeah, with this whole disclosure, we still back where we started before the disclosure. They still not telling us. Even how you leaking stuff and still not telling us. It's crazy. You said they telling people read their Bible. Peter Thiel is on his religious kick. The AI agenda here. I don't know. I just feel like I'm back where at square one. Like, what disclosure is happening here? They showing this video of unexplained phenomena. So did humans make it or not? They don't know. So we're still at square one. There's no answers. Yeah, where is the disclosure? They claim that there's disclosure, but where is it? Like, tell us. Okay, all they have to tell us, like, guys, see this video here? We didn't make that. Humans didn't make that. Okay, that means somebody else greater than us made it. Yes. Okay, that's true disclosure. Don't say, well, we don't know if that's a secret program or not. We don't know. Yes, you do know. You're the government. How you don't know? Yeah, there's no disclosure here. In conclusion, yes, the UFO conversation has changed, but I honestly feel like we're back to square one, to be honest with you, man. But people are freaking out, though. That means that we might see something soon, since people are freaking out so damn bad. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say there. There's a guy going around. What's his name? His name is Chud the Builder. Let me show you this guy real quick. There's Charleston White talking about him. It's a guy going around. His name is Chud the Builder. I don't know if you guys have heard of this guy. His name is Chud the Builder. Okay. It's crazy. Chud. Have anybody ever heard of Chud the Builder? Anybody seen this guy? Real quick. This guy here, Chud the Builder. I believe he's out of Nashville. He's operating out of Nashville right now. And he's going around. Okay, so look, he's going around. Let me see the chat. Anybody ever heard of him? Anybody ever heard of him? Well, he's going around saying the N-word with a hard R to people. He's a content creator, and he's getting reactions out of people. He said they're chimping out, calling them chimps. And he said he's doing it. It's a social project. I do believe it is a social project, trying to see how people are going to react. But my thing is, I'm just going to say this real quick, just to put it out there. Don't react to it. And if you ever see this guy on the street, just keep it moving. Just keep it moving, because he's a streamer and they're doing this for clicks, and it could be a social project. But guess what? It ain't. If he called me that on the street, what am I supposed to do? React? And this guy Charleston White saying that, oh, we're cowards for not reacting. So what are you supposed to do? React to him and do harm to him and go to jail? No, you keep moving. He's a streamer. He got a camera in your face. No, just keep moving. It's not a big deal. Keep moving. Now, if he touched me, like if he, like for example, if he run into me in real life, if he called me that with the heart, I'm going to keep moving. But if he touched me, I promise you I'm going to go viral. Then we're going to go viral at this point. Because if he touched me, then I have a right to defend myself. And then, yes, he going to go viral at that particular. But he's not touching nobody. He's just going around talking crap. He calling people the N-word with the hard R. I have to say it that way because I can't say the word online because they will cut the stream. But y'all know what I'm talking about. So he's doing it for getting clicks, and he's going viral because of it. That's what he's doing. Now, it could be a social project or whatever to see how people are going to react. But my thing is, just don't react at all. It's not a big deal. But if he touch you, then you have a right to do what you got to do to him. That's all. He's not touching nobody. He's just talking. But he's daring people to come do something to him, or he's going to shoot or Mesa. So he recently got arrested, and because he got kicked out of a restaurant, he forgot to pay the bill. This is ridiculous. His name Chud the Builder. Chud the Builder. And I had said in the comment section, I said, well, they saying, well, people are not reacting to him. They're not doing anything to him because they're scared. I said, no, he didn't come in the right area. I could take him to Richmond right now. There's a part in Richmond, in the city of Richmond in Virginia. I could take him there. I said, come on, Chud, bring your camera. Go out there and call in the N-word with the hard R and see if something happened to you. Something will happen to him. He's just not in the right area. He's in Tennessee, Nashville somewhere. And it's for the camera. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to say right there. And I said in the comment section, I said, everybody's not on the internet. You got some real life dangerous people out here, and they're not on the internet. He go say that to them, he won't be Chud the Builder no more. They'll be RIP-ing him. Rest in peace to Chud the Builder. So that's why this story is not, it shouldn't really grow legs like that. But I just wanted to give you my perspective on it because it don't make sense. So, and Charleston White is an agent of chaos. He wants people to react. That's why he goes viral, because they for people like him, they want him to influence young people, but he's not Trust me, he's in the same age group I'm in. Nobody takes him serious. At least real people don't. They don't take him serious. I had ran into a streamer. You know, I rarely run into streamers that's actually trying to do pranks in public. I ran into one. He was recording at this shop right out here in New Jersey. And he was going up to people's carts and taking stuff out of their carts. You know, that type of streaming. And he had another person filming on an iPhone. And he had on his lapel, he had a microphone. And I told him, I said, it ain't going to work out well in here. He was like, why? I said, where are you from? He said, Florida. I said, you in the wrong store. I said, first of all, you in the wrong state. I said, you see how these prices are in these stores? He said, well, what that guy do anything? I said, something getting ready to happen to you in here. And I said, I'm about to record you when something happens. He said, really, you think so? I said, ain't nobody playing in here. Ain't nobody playing in here. I said, something getting ready to happen to you in this particular store. I said, there's some people in here right now that's going to do something to you, including me, including myself. I would do something to you and your camera. He said, yeah, but that's assault. I said, I don't care if it's assault. Some of us don't mind assaulting you. I said, do you see how the prices are in this store? People are frightened. Look at the people's faces in this store. And he left too. He left the store. He's a young guy. They were like 18, 19. And he was making content. I forget the name of his Instagram. He don't even have that many views. But he's looking to, up his views and get out there and do some real content. And I told him the people that are doing pranks, those are set up pranks. The people that they're pranking, they're all a part of the show. They don't really go up to real people pranking them like that. I said, just to let you know that. I said, because I want to save your life here. I said, some people in here will literally assault you. So, but I never ran into a streamer that was going to do pranks. Never ran into one before. But usually those pranks, guys, those prank videos are set up. Even the people that are pranking is in on it. It's a show. You said Chud carries a gun. Yeah, when he come to Richmond, he will die. I'm just letting you know this. It don't matter if he's carrying a gun. We carry guns there too. They'll kill him. You know what I'm saying? And he probably won't even know where the shot came from. So I'm just letting you know, like, yes, he does carry, but he's in the wrong spot. I could take him to a spot in Newark that they'll kill him. In Newark. He just ain't in the right spot. Yeah, some of the streamers are actually agents, Steve. Even people like Charleston White, agent, for sure. I had said before, Steve, when people come along, Steve, do you realize how hard it is to get views? Very hard. And it's also very hard to maintain an organic audience. I have an organic audience. You know that. You can look at it and tell I have an organic audience. Everybody here are not bots. There's no bots in here. These are all real people that's watching. And we're all around the same age group. I attract people in my age group. We're all in the same age group, actually. Even some people are a little older. This is a real show. But yes, you're right. Some of the people are agents. And I could tell you a story, Steve. So back in the day, I was one of the first sign-ups on Twitter back in the day. I have an older account, not my account that I share. I have another account. It's one of the first accounts on Twitter. That's why I have so many followers on that particular account. But all those followers, some of them are bots. And some of them are really inactive members now. But this woman, her name is Justine. I don't know if you ever heard of her. Her name is Justine. She has a YouTube page and she promotes Apple products. I know her. She's from Pennsylvania. She's from Upward, Pennsylvania, near the farmland. I know her. And I remember she was saying social media is coming. This thing they call social media. This is when this is when America Online was out. This is when MySpace was out. MySpace was a testing ground for social media. MySpace and Black Planet. And I met her on this website called Justin.tv. And the reason why I started talking to her, because I thought that was her people that owned it, because her name is iJustine and then Justin.tv. I was thinking that they were all the same. She said no. Well, Justin.tv was sold to this billionaire, and guess what it's called now? It's called Twitch. It's now called Twitch, but it used to be called, you can look it up as I'm talking to you. It's called Justin.tv. I used to be on Justin.tv as a streamer, and we were just streaming, like walking around our house, and sometimes we'll talk to people that's listening to us. And I was one of those streamers. So I was interested in being in front of the camera even back then. So that's why I'm not uncomfortable being in front of the camera, because I've always done that. And YouTube was around. It was in its infantile stages before the original owner sold YouTube. This is before the original owner sold it to Google. She was telling me about Twitter. She said, you need to get on now. And she was telling me how social media was going to be. And she said that there were going to be, she said, unfortunately, the government, they have their control in it. They're going to have certain content creators in every subject. She said, in every subject you can think of, there's going to be a video for it. And there's going to be one creator that's controlling the narrative in every sector. They're going to have somebody. The government is going to have somebody, especially the info media sector. Meaning, because the info media sector is broken up into different sectors of subject material. Some like politics, macro politics. It's all broken down into states, certain subject matter in your state, city, every sector. You're going to have somebody that's going to control what people are thinking. And she said that she said it's going to be like people with followers. People are going to think people with the most followers and most views are the ones that they should listen to. They're the ones they should listen to. And she was right about that. I've been on site. Damn, that's crazy. I've been on the internet since when social media was created until now. And she's right. There's going to be people that come along out of the blue that they're going to use. Just like YouTube, they have their own content creators as well. YouTube does. They have their own people that they push. Rappers, they had a meeting one time with Clive Davis that they were going to agree to all put out certain content that's detrimental to people that listen to it. So if you want to change your vibration, stop listening to certain rap. Stop listening to rap altogether. And you don't have to stop listening to it altogether, but listen to other stuff that will raise your vibration. Like, for example, like motivational videos, or what's the other videos they call? Manifestation videos, stuff like that. If you start listening to that for like a week, things change around you. Automatically, things change around you. And you will see it. It'll scare you because you'll see it. So like rap, like those are agents. A lot of them are agents. And the ones that we could clearly see it in Jay-Z. We can clearly see it. Jay is being used. And he can't control it. At one point, when he first came out, he was controlling his own narrative. He's not controlling his own narrative anymore. He's not. And I know he battles with it. I can tell. The real Jay-Z is what we see when he lead the Knicks games and he's he's scared of his own shadow now. You ever saw the video when he was leaving the Knicks game? He couldn't find his SUV. He was scared. You could see it. That's because he up to something he ain't got no business doing. And it's a price he paid for the little bit of access and exposure they give him. But he is there to control. He is there to perpetuate a certain stereotype and narrative. He rapped about violence and everything else. But once I became awake, I saw everything. I don't even listen to certain rap no more. It don't even interest me no more after I became awake on certain things. I'm not awake to everything, but I'm awake to certain things. I have been awakened to certain things, not everything though. I ain't even gonna sit up here and lie to you. I'm not awake on everything, but I'm awake on, the certain megahertz. Did you know, like, that's why they got rid of albums? You said they made Jake look like Basquiat now? No, he wants to look like Basquiat. He wants to look like Basquiat. Basquiat and Herring, the other artist, Herring, they had like they had deep issues. They had drug issues. They died of overdoses. Keith Haring. Keith Haring, that's one of my favorite artists. Keith Haring, Jean-Michel Basquiat. He's another one of my favorites. They all used to roll with Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol was like their OG. He was like the OG of the whole clique. You know what I'm saying? Because he was already out. He had already made the Campbell Soup painting. So once he made the Campbell Soup painting, he was just like on another level, right? And he was like their OG. And he ended up outliving all of them. Then eventually he passed away. No, he's not reincarnated Basquiat because Jay-Z was alive when Basquiat was out. And he's just a little bit younger than Basquiat. He's just a little bit younger. Remember, Basquiat died in the 80s. He used to date Madonna. Back when she was called the Material Girl, Jean-Michel used to date her. And they had a breakup. And a lot of Jean-Michel art, it has these black lines in it. That's not a part of his original artwork. He was mad with Madonna and started doing that because he wanted his art back. And she gave it back to him. So that's the story behind that. But no, he's not a reincarnated Basquiat. He was out when he was around when Basquiat was around. And he wasn't promoting Basquiat when he first came out. He got introduced to Basquiat. You know what I'm saying? But he knew about Basquiat, I'm sure, because Basquiat used to be a graffiti artist. But I'm sure he knew about him. But, you know, that's what it is right there with Basquiat. But back in those times, you know, they all had heroin. Unfortunately, a lot of the people that started rap music, they all had heroin addictions. Heroin was like, this is before crack. Then, you know, you had the heroin. And then crack came out. But I like Keith Haring and Basquiat. But it's just tragic on how both of them passed away. They passed away at a very young age. But yeah, that's them. But yeah, he does have the Basquiat hair though. And the way he kind of dressed, that's how Basquiat used to dress. Sometimes he'll dress like him. But Basquiat was the man though. He was before his time. But, just like all other celebrities, they end tragically, like Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Stevie Ray Vaughan died in a helicopter crash, but they all had, a lot of them had tragic endings. The former bass guitarist, Sid Vicious, they all had overdoses. Like I said, Janis Joplin. Yeah, it's crazy back then. A lot of them died at the age of 27. Craziness, man. What's up, Southern Breeze? What's going on? Change your vibration. You got to change it. I call it changing the algorithm now. You could just change your algorithm. Just whatever you searching, just search it 5 times. And then your algorithm will start feeding you videos like that. Sometimes I have to change my algorithm. So I be getting some crazy stuff in my feed. Man. But you're right, Steve. He do think he's Basquiat reincarnated. He do. He do think so. He do. He raps about Basquiat. He buys the Basquiat paintings. Yeah, he's connected. But Madonna dated him, though. Yep. Speaking of Madonna, man, she's kind of like a legend. For her to survive all those years, she survived the 80s, dog. That's legendary in itself, to survive the 80s and 90s. You said what you know about Stevie Ray Vaughan? I know he's from Texas. I know he can play the hell out of the guitar. He died in a plane crash. When he used to play the guitar, one of my old coworkers pointed this out to me. She said because she saw him live. She said when he used to play it's like his hands were just gliding over the guitar. It was just like he was like a virtuoso guitar player. He was a virtuoso guitar player. But yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan, man. He's young too when he died. Young. He was young, man. You said we are earth, wind, and fire. Yeah, we are. Earth, wind, and fire. When I was born, that song Reasons was a #1 hit, by the way. By Earth, Wind, and Fire. Reasons. And it happened to be one of my favorite songs. What's his name? Philip Bailey, man. The way he be singing is crazy. Reasons. Then he start hitting that high note, man. It's crazy. That's some good music, man. I tell you, man, the 70s and 80s, they made some great music. Even like the whole Michael Jackson era. He made some good music. They were really serious about what we call show business. You're not entertainment, you in show business. They were really serious. Even the acting back then, Beverly Hills Cop, the 80s, that whole era, man. We had some very good shows back then. We were blessed to witness that stuff. That's when life seemed so simple, It was complicated but so simple at the same time. We witnessed a lot of great stuff back then, even with sports. If you were a boxing fan, you saw all the good fights back in the day. Um, it's just so much. It was just a lot of quality back then. A lot of quality. The music, the shows, the movies. I remember we used to go to the arcade. We used to actually go outside. Going to the movies was fun. Going to like I said, the arcade and just being outside is crazy. We witnessed that. We're the last generation, Generation X, to actually live that the old life. Now we don't transition to the new world order. Bush mentioned it. He said, "Make way. We in the new world order." Bush said it. Bush Senior. It's crazy. Sugar Ray, yeah, boxer. Which Sugar Ray? Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard. I know which one you meant, but both of them was great. Sugar Ray Robinson might have been the best boxer of all time. Some people go back and forth between him and Ali. But Sugar Ray Robinson, a lot of his boxing matches, we can't find them. Like the film is there, but we don't know where they're at. We don't know where it's at. He won over 100 fights undefeated. And all the matches that he lost, he learned from his mistakes and came back and beat the opponent. That man was perfect. Sugar Ray Robinson was perfect. He was perfect. As far as a fighter is concerned, he was perfect. And another person that don't get a lot of credit is Jake LaMotta. He was perfect. Jake LaMotta. Him and Robinson had some wars, yo. Jake LaMotta was perfect, yo. Perfect. Ali himself said Robinson was the GOAT. Man. Sugar Ray Robinson, he was before his time, and he was a tactician. Very dangerous fighter. Very dangerous. He was perfect. He was smart too. Did you know he predicted a death? He predicted it. He said, "I don't want to fight my opponent." They said, "Why?" He said, "Because I'm going to kill him." He said, "He's not ready to fight me." And he refused to fight him. And they talked him into it because he was not a man that you talk into anything. But he finally agreed to fight. And he said, "Are you sure that this man is ready?" He said, "Yeah, we sure, champ, we sure." And he ended up killing him. Ain't that crazy? He said he had a dream that he killed him. He wasn't ready to fight him. He said he's too dangerous of a fighter to fight somebody that's not ready to fight him. And they thought that he was just talking trash, but he wasn't. He ended up killing the guy. And then he retired for a while and went to Europe, and he was on the dance circuit because he could dance. He could tap dance. He was a very talented guy. He could really dance and tap dance. And then he got the itch to fight again, and he came back. And guess what? Guess what I found out? He owned a club. Wait, was it him or was it Jack Johnson? No, it was Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson owned a club, and then it turned into the that famous club. What's that famous club they used to call in Harlem? Not the Supper Club. The Kit, not the Kit Kat Club. Whatever it was, when Jack Johnson sold it, it turned into a famous club in Harlem during the roaring 20s and 30s. I forget the name of the club, what they used to call it. But Jack Johnson used to own it first. The Cotton Club. Thank you. It was the Cotton Club. I didn't know that. Did you know Jack Johnson owned it first? But it wasn't called the Cotton Club when Jack Johnson owned it. They turned into the Cotton Club. And it was segregated too, believe it or not. But when Jack Johnson was the champion, he didn't believe in segregation. He went into any club he wanted to go into. And check this out. If they hadn't accepted him, the word would have got out and nobody would have frequented the club. It would have been considered corny. I didn't realize he owned that. And another thing I didn't realize about Babe Ruth. Well, no, I do know. There's an untold story on Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth used to hang out with Bumpy Johnson. They were really good friends. And then one Christmas, Babe Ruth gifted Bumpy Johnson a Cartier watch. Now you might say to yourself, Babe Ruth, why is he hanging out with Bumpy Johnson? Because he could pass, if you know what I mean. Winfred Benitez and Edwin Rosario, ABC Saturday. Oh yeah, Winfred Benitez was the youngest to hold the title, the winner title. Winfred Benitez. What happened to him at the end was like tragic though. You said Stevie is the only one who could copy Hendrix. That's what they say. Hendrix, he had a right-handed guitar, and he restringed it so it could be a left-handed guitar. He was left-handed. He couldn't read. He couldn't read music. Actually, it's just his ears picked it up. It's crazy. Kind of like Beethoven. Certain people just have gifts for certain things. That's all I can say. You just have a gift. Some people just have a gift. Everybody has a gift, but that's what it is. Everybody has a gift of some sort that they're really, really good at. It's just a gift you got. Like some people just really, 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 really good at whatever they're doing. Crazy thing is some people have undiscovered gifts and they find out later in life, like, damn, I'm really good at this. It's crazy. Like Whitney Houston had a gift. Like, she had a gift. Billie Holiday, gift. They just gifted. What's her name? Tina Marie. She has a gift. You know what Elvis' gift was? It wasn't singing. He had the gift like Michael Jackson had. He just made people pass the fuck out. He had that type of gift. It's like a, what do you call that? It's what is that gift when you just make people start crying and shit? And oh my God, I can't believe I'm in his presence. Whatever that is, he had it. And then I used to like when he leaves, ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has just left the building. Like, it's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has just entered the building. Like what the fuck? Like, why they announce it like that? Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has just left the building. Yes, but it's also the mass people who cheering causes the effect. The Messiah effect. I don't know what he had. Michael had it too. Michael had that. Elvis be like, and then it just make whatever he do with his hands, it just make women start crying. I can't believe this. Oh my God. Who else had that effect? Chris Brown has it. He has the same effect on people. Chris Brown. Prince had it too. Yes. Prince had it. It's not everybody has it though. It's just certain people have it. Elvis had it. How's everybody doing tonight? And then they just start crying just because he said that. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody doing all right? Yeah, it's an aura they have, and they knew how to use. I believe they knew they had it, and they knew how to use their powers. Because Michael, he definitely had it. He definitely had it. You think Justin Bieber has it? I never witnessed Justin Bieber. He do have it. Justin has it. And you notice they're not normal people. They don't act normal. They have problems. All of them have problems. It's like they're not normal. But you just have this thing to make people. The Beatles had it. I was just thinking about the Beatles had it. You remember how people chased them around the airport and all that? That's just something that they have. Whatever the fuck that is. Like they couldn't even go through an airport normally. They had to hide. They had to get them out of the airport. It's crazy. The fans would like mob them. Craziness. And you know who else have it? Travis Scott has it. Travis Scott, Drake. Drake has it. Travis Scott, who else? I know Travis Scott has it. It's also hype of the crowds, yeah. But that's what they have. Like the crowds, they show up for Travis Scott. You said some basketball said that about Michael Allen Iverson said it about Michael Jordan. He said he was glowing. He said, "What the fuck?" He said the man was glowing. He said when he first played him, he said he had to stand there for a minute, and he said Michael noticed him watching him. He said he was just watching him, and he said he didn't seem real. It was like he was glowing until Michael said something about him. He called him a little something. Like then he said he snapped out of it and he crossed his ass over. Even though Michael and them won the game. But he said that Michael was fucking glowing, yo. It was like he was glowing. Yeah, Michael had that effect too. Because Michael, if you notice, he only shot mid-range shots. He was like the mid-range king. He shot a few three-pointers too, but his game was in the mid-range. And some people think that's corny today, but guess what? You couldn't stop it, though. They couldn't stop it. Could not stop that mid-range attack. Couldn't stop it. And that turnaround jump shot, Kobe used to use it. That's a shot that you still can't block. That and Kareem Scott hook. Those shots are unblockable. So take it as you may. Even Dirk Nowitzki had his own version of the turnaround jump shot. Dirk used to use it. Dirk Nowitzki and Kobe. Now, I don't know who is credited with the Euro step. Some people say it's Manu Ginobili. Let me think about this. Was it Manu Ginobili? Yeah. Who was doing it before Manu Ginobili? Me and some people go back and forth with this. I said it was Pistol Pete. It was Pistol Pete. But nobody gives him credit for the Euro step. It was Pistol Pete. And also, believe it or not, Pistol Pete had the step back. He had the step back jump shot. It was Pistol Pete. But he don't get his credit on it because people think he didn't do it back then. Yes, he did. He had a step back. They used to often try to call him for double dribble, but the refs never called him on it. It was Pistol Pete. Pistol Pete. But the Euro step, people give Manu Ginobili that credit for the Euro step. You said Tiger Woods used to have them folks going crazy. Yeah, they used to call it the gallery, the Tiger. They used to call it the Cubs, something gallery. when he used to follow Tiger Woods around. That's back in Tiger Woods' heyday. Now, what's his name has it now. It's like Tiger gave it to him. Because Tiger acknowledged him. He said, no, this guy has it. It's what's his name? What's his name? The latest one that has the craze now in golf. It's well deserved though. What's his name though? He has a hell of a swing too. I forget. Rory McIlroy. It's Rory. He's like Tiger Woods, dog. Like he comes close. It's like, because I remember I followed Tiger his whole career. Even when he was at Stanford, believe it or not, he took center stage at Stanford for the first time during the O.J. Bronco chase. Go look. But now that I see Rory McIlroy, it's Rory, yo. Rory, like, it's Tiger and Rory, as far as, like, for me, the greatest of all time. And Rory, his career is still pending. He's still playing. I have not, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, Arnold Palmer and all that, and the Shark. I remember the Shark playing. You know what I'm saying? I can't take nothing away from the Shark. You know what I'm saying? And but shit, it's for far as for me, it's Tiger and Rory. That's it. As far as for me, like the greatest in my time. Ain't nobody. I'm sorry, it's Tiger and Rory, yo. Period. You can't convince me otherwise. Okay? You can't convince me. Rory can win whenever he wants to win. He can. He can win whenever he want to do it. And Tiger had that ability too. Whenever he locks in, you can't beat him. Okay? But Rory got it now, dog. He got it now. And they both have similar, like the way they were young playing, they're both similar. Tiger can't lock in anymore because he got health issues. And he has knee issues, and he had what else? His knee. It's mainly his knees. You know what I'm saying? He can't lock in no more. But if he could, he'll start winning again. If he could lock in like that, I would love to see him and Rory go head to head. But you know, Father Time is undefeated. He just have health issues. But yeah, man. Like I don't seen VJ Singh. He was one of my favorite too. VJ Singh, the Shark. I wasn't really around with Arnold Palmer. That was before my time. But I've seen the video clips. But I'm talking about lived it though. VJ Singh, the Shark, Tiger, Rory. I can't. I'm missing. I'm leaving one out. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, bro. Yeah. I watched a lot of sports, like weird stuff you wouldn't think I'd be into, like race car driving. You know what I'm saying? Like Emerson Fittipaldi. What's the other one I used to follow? Phil. That's what did I leave Phil out? Phil. Yeah, I was leaving him out. Phil. You're right. Phil was one of the top dogs too. You can't leave Phil out. Let me see. Phil was he was one of the top dogs. You're right about that. Phil was a top dog. Yeah, Phil, right. Yeah, he was a top dog. It was a lot of them. It was a lot of them I used to follow. And believe it or not, I was just into golf for some reason. Because you know why I was into it? You know, when we used to go to putt-putt and stuff, I also went to the driving range. This was when I was like 19, 20, and I got into it. Because I didn't know how to hit the ball at first until somebody taught me how to do it. They taught me how to hold it. They taught me, and then once they taught me, they said, once you get a good clean hit on it the first time, you're going to get addicted. And once I hit it clean for the first time, I got addicted. Then I kept going to the driving range, and then I started going to the golf course. That's the only sport that will challenge you. Like, either, anybody know when you off, you off. And you ain't going to get it back that day. When it's some people in poker call it going on tilt. Once you go on tilt, you're not getting it back. You're not getting your swing back. I don't care. Like, if you having a bad day, you're just done. But when you feel like you having a good day, it's enough to keep you going. It's hard to explain. Some people call it getting a swing back. Like, you got to go to the range. People, you think you're getting your swing back, but maybe you just garbage. But you have a good swing, that's enough to keep you going. You said it was something about Jeff Gordon in that 24 DuPont race car. Woo, that's a legend. Golly, yeah, that 24 DuPont car. Jeff Gordon. But a lot of people used to hate on Jeff, though. You remember? A lot of people didn't really like Jeff Gordon like that. I did, though. The OGs, Emerson Fittipaldi, Bobby Rahal. Now he got Rahal Racing. Who else? Bobby Rahal. I do like, and let me tell you a story. I remember watching that race when what's his name passed away. And his son was right there behind him. Shit, I remember that was in Daytona, dog. I don't even like talking about that. I don't even like talking about it. Because I don't understand how he died, yo. Like, it didn't seem like it was a bad crash. But he didn't have his neck harness on. And his neck, yeah, bro. Dale Earnhardt. It didn't seem like it was a bad crash, but he hit the wall, though, and it's his neck. He didn't have the neck harness on. Oh, you like Tony Stewart? Okay. You like Tony Stewart? Okay. But yeah, I'm a Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan. You know what I'm saying? I remember that race, guys. His son had passed him. His son was 5 cars in back of him. His son was, man, he didn't have his neck harness on. That's what happened. Dale Earnhardt. I used to follow him as a kid, and then his son. But I'm going to tell you guys, I lived in Richmond. And it's always, man, if you ever go to a race at night. Let me see, how much is this? And where is this going? See, and it's paying a lot of money too. 1855 Broadway. Let me see if there's some parking around there. I don't think I'm taking this. Let me see what the outside look like. There is parking around there. It's temporary parking. Let me see about this. When you reach the lobby, please call and I will come down to collect the food. Mm, should I take this? Fuck, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Yeah, because they said they're going to come down. I'm going to take it. I'm going to have to go to New York City. And it's after rush hour, so yeah, I'm going to take it. Sorry, guys. I was looking at my schedule. You say you never learn how to golf? That number 8 car, Steve. Who else? The race car driver I used to follow. I like Al Unser and Al Unser Jr. Really, I follow Al Unser Jr., not Al Unser. Al Unser was in the 70s and early 80s. Al Unser Jr. I followed. Al Unser, Emerson Fittipaldi, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon. As far as Formula One racing, what's his name? Formula One, I used to follow. Oh man, what is his name? He used to win all those Formula One races. He was one of the greatest of all. I forget his name right now. Damn, what is his name? Formula One. I got his name on the tip of my tongue. Michael Schumacher. Yeah, Michael Schumacher. You said I was too busy doing gymnastics and breaking. Oh, you should do gymnastics? Oh, Kyle Petty. You talking about Michael Petty, Kyle Petty? Yeah. Petty racing. Lewis Hamilton is next level. He's this generation. I'm talking about Michael Schumacher. Yeah, Petty and them. Yeah, the Petty racing. He got Petty racing now. I remember the Pettys. Oh man, I can go far back with gymnastics too, man. Shit, the fabulous the what is it? Kelly Shrug, Dominic Dawes, Dominique Mosianu. Come on, don't play with me, yo. I remember the Dream Team. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, Cyrus. Yeah, I just mentioned Dominic Mosianu, man. Dominic Dawes, Dominic Mosianu, Kerry Strug. I'm leaving a few out. But that was remember the Dream Team. They all won the individual gold, the team gold medal that year. But yeah, man, I used to be into that stuff back in the Olympics. I used to get excited when the Olympics come. I still remember that race that they hyped up. Carl Lewis and the guy from Canada. But the guy from Canada cheated. And when Carl Lewis lost that race, you could tell the look on his face. He knew the guy cheated. Ben Johnson. They stripped him of the title eventually as world fastest man. But it turns out that one of the top gymnasts of all time is what's her name, yo? Is Monique. No, what's her name? She won the last time. That girl is good, yo. She might be the best of all time. She's that dominant. She's that dominant. And I remember like the Steflana Boganskayas, back in the day. This is like, what I'm saying, early 90s. She's better than all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't around with Nadia. I don't remember Nadia Comaneci. That's in the 70s. I don't remember. But I seen the video. She might be better than her. You said Carl Lewis. And that, oh man, Carl Lewis. Oh my God. You talking about the national anthem with Carl Lewis. Guys, if you never seen the national anthem with Carl Lewis, he messed it up. And you know what he did? Don't worry, guys. I'm going to get it back. Don't worry. Yo, Carl Lewis, yo, he messed it up. Did he think he could sing? Why did he do that, man? Carl Lewis. Oh, man. He said, uh-oh, don't worry, guys. I'm going to get it back. That made it worse. That might have messed up his legacy, man. That because people only remember him for the national anthem now. And how about Bruce Jenner? Don't act like y'all didn't like Bruce Jenner back in the day. Don't act like I'm the only one that remember him on the Wheaties box. He was like America's hero. Yes, Bruce Jenner. Yes. The decathlon. Come on, y'all remember the decathlon with Bruce Jenner. Okay? He was he was considered the world's greatest athlete. Bruce Jenner. But I can't call him that no more. People get offended. But I'm just reminiscing. I remember Bruce Jenner, you know. Bruce was the man back then. I can't say it like that because he probably get offended. But Bruce, don't get offended if you hear this. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, and I know what you guys are saying. Well, what do you mean? How would Bruce listen to this? Listen, Bruce people struck one of my videos one time. Yep. Yes, they did. They struck one of my videos one time because I said, man, forget about King. I remember Bruce and the person, they struck it for hate comment. Sure did. And I got a ding on my channel. And I made another video saying, no, Bruce, I didn't mean it like that. I said, I really followed you as a kid. And guess what? The person that struck my channel, they released the strike. He might have felt bad about it. I didn't really get into drag racing back then. I remember the monster trucks and stuff like that. But I never went to a actual event, though. Never did. They used to come to Madison Square Garden, but I never got a chance to go. In Giant Stadium. Back in the day, you call it Giant Stadium, the old Giant Stadium. The monster trucks used to come to that, but I never got a chance to go. You said, who else has dinged your channel? I'm not saying Bruce did it, but somebody flagged me for hate speech. And then I made another video appealing to him. Like, Bruce, I didn't mean it that way. I'm just saying I was a kid. I followed you as a kid. And I remember you as the world's greatest athlete. And guess what happened? Mysteriously, the person took the ding away. Whoever it was, they took it away. Maybe they felt bad about it, but they took it away. It was his people that did it, but they took it away, though. So that's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that he will listen to this, but I had his name in the title. That's why he probably saw it. I had his name in the title, but they took the ding away. Yep. YouTube sent me saying that it's no longer considered hate speech. The person lifted it. Oh, this is annoying. Whoever alarm keep going off. You know what I would say? This is my conspiracy talk. That's the Illuminati getting at me. Let me stop. No, I don't think like that because then that'll be considered medical. But I picked a guy up one time. He said that the government is what they say. He said they're targeting him with frequencies, and that dude was out. Hold on, I didn't want to talk about it because I think he followed my channel. Let me just leave it alone. He said that Mark McGwire versus Sammy Sosa chase for the home run record made me get into baseball. Man, I remember that. I remember that. And then they tried to say both of them were taking roids. Man, but it was still exciting, wasn't it? When Mark, because when Mark, as soon as he connected, man, that thing was out of there. And then after that came Barry Bonds, remember? And then they said Barry was taking roids. But guess who was probably the best out of all of them, though? Ken Griffey Jr. But he got hurt. He had a back issue. It was Ken Griffey Jr. He had one of the best swings in baseball, man. Ken Griffey Jr. He could have been the home run king if he hadn't got hurt. And they say he didn't take no roids. Crazy. That's what they tell me. I never seen Ken Griffey play live, though. Never. I've been to a lot of live baseball games. I used to go to Shea Stadium a lot, believe it or not, even though I'm a Yankees fan. Most of my live baseball was at Shea Stadium, the old Shea Stadium, when I was a kid. Back when Gary Carter was the catcher. Rest in peace to Gary Carter. But, Darryl Strawberry, Mookie Wilson, Wally Backman, Howard Johnson, all those people. Sid Fernandez. All them people. Lenny Dykstra, all them people back in the day. You said Sammy had that hollow bat. Damn. Yeah, Ken Griffey was perfect. But he got hurt. He had back issues. Ricky Henderson is Oakland, New Jersey. Still, oh man, I remember Ricky Henderson. I remember when Deion played for the Yankees, Deion Sanders. He played in a Super Bowl and a World Series game. He could say that. He played in a World Series and Super Bowl. But man, that's back in the day. Those are good days. Ricky Henderson. What's up, Ryan? Ken Griffey Jr. He was the man. But he just had injuries. Even his shoes was something to own. The Ken Griffey shoes. You said Bo Walker. I don't remember. Damn. With the White Sox. I'm thinking you about to say Bo Jackson. I'm about to say, wait a minute. Bo Jackson. He wasn't real, yo. No steroids, just all natural. Bo Jackson. Here we go with this alarm again. I think they trolling us outside. There you go. Look, then they go again. I didn't go out today. I wasn't feeling it today, Ryan. I just accepted an order. I hope I don't regret it. It's for tomorrow. I hope I don't regret this. This already don't look right. Let me see. Hold on, let me see. First of all, it's not allowing me to go on the order. See, I'm already thinking I should leave this order alone. It's paying like 70 something bucks. I don't know. $77. They tip $45. I think I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna keep it. Because maybe I'll get another order tomorrow as well. Sammy Sosa, Bo Jackson. Yeah, those are my guys, man. So don't even talk about Sam. I won't allow you to talk about Sammy Sosa right now. How he looks now. Don't talk about it. Please don't. Leave Sammy alone, man. Leave Sammy alone, man. How he look now, man. Leave Sammy alone. Leave him alone. Don't even say it. Don't even say it. Let me see. Academy Street. Ain't nowhere to park over. Okay, I could park. Okay, I see. I'm gonna take it. It takes me into the city tomorrow, but Alex Rodriguez was nice too. Yeah, they said he had a cork bat, Sammy Sosa, right? But you still needed the skill to knock them balls out. Oh, they said they're gonna come down to collect the food. Set up. No, I don't have to set up. Okay. They paying me for the toll. Anyway, I'm gonna take it. Yeah. It's just, and you know what? Now that I'm gonna be in New York tomorrow, you know what I think I might do? I might film some content over there on Canal Street. You know how Canal Street, they be over there selling the what they say the fake stuff, but I like to go over there and I need to go get a bag. Anybody want me to pick them something up? Cash at me. Cash at me later. I'm just gonna go pick the stuff up. I'm gonna film though. You said your niece worked for the Mariners, always had good seats. Oh, Ortiz, Boston was doing. Oh yeah, Big Poppy. You talking about Big Poppy, man? Yeah, Big Poppy. Yeah. He was doing and Pedro. Remember they had Pedro Martinez. Pedro's a hell of a pitcher, man. I'm a Yankees fan. I give it up to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a hater. If you good, you good. It don't matter what team you come from. Pedro, Big Poppy, yeah. But that guy that's playing for LA right now, what's his name? Shohan Otani? Is he a damn robot or what? How the hell he that good, yo? Is he a robot? That dude is amazing. He's a pitcher too, on top of it. About yeah, so that's crazy. And yeah, Roger Clemens throwing the bat at Mike Piazza. Damn, I remember that. Now that you said it. Yeah, craziness. What's going on here? Wait, what in the world? Max, what is the probe? What? I just wait a minute. I had to take it took me a while to understand what you just said. You said Max, what is the probe? Us Max and the keister. Lord have mercy. It took me a while. I'm like, what in the world? Troll alert. But he got me on that. See how they do me, man? Every now and then they get me. I said, wait a minute, Max. What is the probe us Max and the keister? Lord have mercy. I know it's time for me to take a break now. Oh my God. But anyway, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna make me some brunch, man. I'm gonna go make me something. I'll be back a little later. I will catch you guys a little later. Good talking to you though, as always.